readers of the Medway News and their rather vocal sports editor have been rather exasperated by the traffic management and roadworks that have stretched journey times across the Medway towns. What can be done to alleviate delays throughout Medway? Councillor Godwin.
Well, in summary, better planning. We have been very critical of the way that the roadworks across the Medway towns have not been coordinated in a way that allows a freer flow of traffic. Now, some of these roadworks are caused by relationship to regeneration projects. Some are caused by the utility companies digging up roads, and we always hear the stories about we just resurfaced the road and then the gas or electricity comes along and then digs it up again. I think what we need to do is, first of all, the local authority needs new powers to control utilities in terms of being able to control the programme of these roadworks. I travel regularly, obviously, from Walderslade into Chatham to Gunwharf, so I've been subject to these delays on many, many occasions, and they have caused enormous frustration. And one of our banners in the local elections has been Get Medway Moving, because the economic impact of these delays on people is quite staggering. When we talked earlier about the need to bring people to work and create jobs in Medway, one of the things they will look at is the ability to get around the area, and this has been a real problem, and I don't see any significant signs of improvement yet, although some of the particular works have now been completed.
Okay, Councillor Juby.
I think this is a very serious problem, but as much as I'd like to always blame the council, sometimes it's the utilities. An example that I've had in my own ward is Rock Avenue. When I was first told that the roadworks were going to be there from September last year till June this year, I thought the person had sent me a joke on the email, but it turned out it was true. Basically, when I got hold of British Gas, it's because they've got problems about their rights of access to different properties for all the pipes they're relaying. So some of the roadworks are actually to help regenerate and renew our old and failing water, gas and electric services. But they do need to be coordinated a lot better, because they are frightening businesses off, and anybody who's gone around Chatham or even some parts of Strood will realise that they are having an effect on businesses, and we need to be able to coordinate, but I do think it might need some changes in primary legislation.
Councillor Chambers.
Well, it would be obvious to the people of Medway there have been significant highway works undertaken, highway infrastructure undertaken, and going back to what Councillor Godwin said about money that came from central government, which is no longer going to be available, but that money came to Medway for the highway infrastructure changes, and that money was time limited. It had to be spent in a specific time, and it was inevitable that you were going to get highway works under the regeneration banner taking place in different parts of Medway, which was going to inevitably impede the traffic flow. But I've always said that there would be disruption, but I'm pleased to say that it is coming to an end. I do agree with Councillor Godwin about utilities. The worst thing that we could have had in Chatham was that the Transco decided that it was going to lay a new gas main at the same time that we were actually doing the highway works. We do need national legislation to say that they must coordinate their activities with the highway authority, and I think that has been one of the major problems in Chatham, because there wasn't that coordination there.
This is on the matter of public transport now. Many residents have expressed anger about the lack of rural bus routes, while others fear concessionary and subsidised and school routes could be lost as the council's funding is cut. How would your group protect these services and improve public transport across Medway?
Well, first of all, there have been a national reduction in funding to support subsidised bus routes, and particularly rural buses, and I think there was a reduction here in Medway of some 280,000. But Medway Council decided it would pick up that loss, and therefore there have been no reduction in the rural bus services that presently exist.
That may be true, but if I can give you a specific example on this, our candidates in the local election got contacted by some residents in the Heron Way area of Chatham about a reduction in bus services then. No particular reason why there would be a reduction in bus services in that area. they contacted Arriva thinking it was their decision, but were then told by Arriva, no, it's been a cut in funding by the council. So while Councillor Chambers may say that, there is a specific example where that is not happening. As far as rural areas are concerned, I mean, it's critical that we maintain that support to rural areas, simply because it's the lifeblood of those communities to gain access to our services. We cannot provide services in the same way as we do in urban areas to rural areas.
I think this is going to be one of the difficult areas in the next few years for Medway Council. We as a party have been trying to campaign for a freedom pass for 11 to 18-year-olds. It's going to be very difficult to fund, but we will still be trying to do that. We'd also be trying to sort of keep our elderly concessions going and not cut them like Kent have done.